Hello and welcome back to Emily Cat 176. It's finally starting to, the weather is finally starting to change a bit. We're getting cooler mornings now. But apparently we're back to 30 degrees on Friday, so the weather's all over the place. But anyway, so it's Monday. And on Mondays I talk about what I've seen. Oh, sorry, itchy nose. And as I said in the title, this was a special treat because I tend to stick to suburban arts because they're good. They're so good. They're so good. But every so often, I will go and see something big. And recently, I went and saw the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. Now, the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, they perform in Hammers Hall, very close to Flinders Street Station. This is part of the Arts Centre. The State Theatre is closed, of course, for this is probably the second of 3 years for renovations, and Hamer Hall is right next door to it. If you're looking at a map, it's the round building. So I saw, and this is it, see? MSO. And I saw this one. It was a Friday morning, and I saw the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, and they played Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony. It was beautiful. As I have said before, I think Tchaikovsky was a musical genius. His music is just wonderful. Just beautiful, I think. Oh, it was just so nice. So nice. And I'm just looking at the program. It was so good to also see a couple of school groups there, and they seemed to, not all of them of course, but there seemed quite a lot of them that enjoyed it. They like they enjoyed the music. Now, as I've said before, when I was younger I wasn't that keen on classical music, but these days I listen to quite a bit of it, and I can hear different things in it now than when I was younger. And I am actually thinking of going and seeing the the Australian Chamber Orchestra as well, because I like chamber music as well. But this was, it was just so good. Do any of you like classical music? I am actually seeing a suburban orchestra in May, and they're doing, it's a different program to the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, but that should be good too. But it was just so good. So good. And the interesting thing was, before the performance started, all the violinists came out in dribs and drabs. I'll show you a photo of it. And they were playing. I don't know if they were, I think it might have been exercises, to warm up their fingers, because with the violin, well, I'd play it left-handed. And this is the thing, you never see a left-handed violinist. But all of them came out. They were all dressed in their performance gear, and they all were doing what I presume were exercises. Maybe getting a feel for the notes they have to play. I don't know. If any of you have gone to symphony orchestras before, is that what's happened when you've gone? That the violinists in particular have come out and done this? Because I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've seen Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. So I wasn't really expecting that, because I thought they would have done all their rehearsals before anyone got there. That's what normally happens, and maybe they had done that, But then, because this was a Friday morning when I went, so maybe they needed to warm up their fingers. No, right-handed, they'd do it this way, wouldn't they? Yeah, they would, because I said I'm left-handed, so I'd play it this way. Right-handed, they play it that way. So it'd be these fingers warming them up. But please let me know if any of you like classical music and see symphony orchestras. Let me know if this is what they do. And even in this orchestra there was a trombone. Oh, because as I've said to you before, I like trombones. And there was a trombone there as well. But will I see any more? I don't know. I don't know. As I said, this year I'm hoping to see, well, I've seen Melbourne Symphony Orchestra. I'm going to see Victorian Opera, if I can, Victorian Chamber Orchestra, Australian Chamber Orchestra, and I'd like to see a Melbourne Theatre Company production as well, along with all my suburban things that I see. And this is how it is doable, because the bulk of what I see is in the suburbs. And I've been talking about this to people the last few weeks, and because, you know, people say to me, how can you keep going to things? I say, because I go to the things in the suburbs most of the time, with the occasional special treat like this one. So yeah, that was my Friday. What a lovely way to spend a Friday morning. And even the trains were running. We're having so much trouble with buses replacing trains all over the place in Melbourne, because they're building tunnels and all sorts of things. So anyway, let me know. Do any of you agree with me and you think Tchaikovsky was a musical genius? And do any of you go to symphony orchestras? Do you like classical music? I am liking it more and more. Let's start a conversation. Okay? So enjoy your week, and I'll be back on Wednesday. Bye.